Hey guys, thanks for checking back in. As you can see in the thumbnail, today's a special day. We're waiting for this bad boy for about 4 or 5 weeks. So let's get into it. Alright, so how this whole thing came about is I'm on that Facebook group, Mullet Militia. It's basically focused on, you know, third gens that are like race cars or just kind of more of the performance end of things. So definitely check that out, Mullet Militia. And Steve Z, as we call him, is the warden. He has this wing. And I'm going to put some photos of it right now. And then Kai Kelly also has this wing, which kind of grabbed my eye, seeing it on some of his videos, and I was like, man, that wing is badass. Then I realized the same one that Steve has. Reached out to Steve, aka the Warden, shout out to him, and he set me up with a guy named Mike Kostick. And basically he does a lot of carbon wings and carbon parts and stuff like that. So I reached out to him on Facebook. I'm gonna put his information in the bio on this video. I asked him, he said definitely hit him up on Facebook, so I'll have his full name on there. Just search for him, and I'll put a picture of his profile photo just so you guys can see it. But here's the wing. Box showed up, and I'm going to unbox it with you right now. Got the mic, put a nice t-shirt in there for me. Pretty cool stuff. One of the sides. Not sure which one yet. It's maybe like passenger. There's another side. Has his logo in there, sticker. Not sure if you guys can see that or not. On the side. This is the strut kit. So this is a strut wing. The Motion Raceworks one I have is strutless, which is basically only connected to the top trunk lid area, and obviously makes it easier. You don't have to do any quick connects and stuff like that. But I just wasn't in love with the look of it, and so I kind of wanted to really get this one. So Mike actually, originally I was going to have to go to Racecraft to get this. He ended up having, I guess, starting to make his own set. So he has all carbon, all the struts are carbon as well. So it has a nice black rod ends, all the hardware, everything I need to get this wing mounted. So shout out to him for that, because otherwise I was going to have to go to Racecraft and they only have black ones, which isn't the end of the world, but I mean, to have a matching carbon set is pretty cool. So here's the top wing, and then underneath he has it taped basically with a duckbill, which will actually allow downforce onto the wing. And looks like it has some pre-drilled, not drilled, but basically just marked holes of where to drill it. And it's going to go right on the back here. So I'm going to start setting this up now. Let's get it going. Alright, so here's it just mocked up right now, and I have it basically flush on the outside of this. So basically, like, this is the trunk lid, and then it's just going to be flush right on the outside of that. These are the interior brackets, which will go like this underneath. So there's like kind of like little marks here that is like kind of like a half drilled spot, and then they'll go up under here like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out all these holes. There's 5 of these total, 2, 1 in the middle, and then 2 on the left side. So I'm going to drill those out, get these installed. Then I'll be able to really get the measurements down as exactly where I want them. Then I could mark the bottom holes, get those drilled out, and then at least the back piece will be, this top piece will be attached to the car. And then this one, and then this has 5 pre-drilled holes. So I'll just get that, measure that up really well. It's probably going to be something like that. And then I'll attach it to this. Attach the sides to the top piece. And then these are going to have to be cut to length, so I got to do a lot of measurement with this stuff. But I'm going to start with the top and the sides, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so off camera I ended up mounting this. It was a little stressful, you know, because it's like you're working with a big piece of carbon. You don't want to scratch anything. It was a little bit of a little nerving. So I taped it down, marked all the edge. I really got a good marking of all the mounts and everything. And basically I drew these holes out. It was a little bit bigger than 1/8 inch hole to get these screws in there. A little bit focus, but so I went a little bit bigger than 1/8, and then I did the same size into the actual car itself. And I'm just gonna carefully lift that up. But you see under there, 5 brackets, and then so I'm getting ready to do the sides, and I also put the parachute wing in, the parachute mount, which is going to have to get lengthened. As you can see, it's underneath the wing now. So So I'm gonna probably have to add about 6 inches on that. I'm gonna actually call Motion to see if they make like something that's bolt in, or I'll just have to cut it and weld it, get the tubing. So I'll see that. I'll see how that goes. I put this here. It's a little bit like a thin little piece of padding, just because after the car is painted, I'm gonna have that underneath the wing, so it doesn't, I guess all the vibration doesn't scar the paint. So I think I'm gonna do that now. This way when I mount it, I know the exact measurements and everything and exactly how it's gonna sit. So I'm going to measure those sides, get those drilled and installed. So I'm gonna do a time lapse on that now. Alright guys, there are the side pieces, and basically the hardware, you have to kind of open up the holes a little bit on this one. Like these were pre-drilled at like 1/8, but this hardware is a little bit bigger. So I opened those up, and then I marked them, measured everything perfectly on both sides, and drilled them through, and just just basically nut it, a small bolt with a nut. I didn't tighten them too hard, just kind of snug for now. And definitely if you get a little bit of a glimpse of what it's looking like, definitely cool. Next step, I'm going to install the wicker bill, or the duck bill, whatever they call it. And just gonna drill all these holes out. Came with a bunch of little brackets. So let's do that now, and then after that, we'll figure out these struts. So hang on. Alright guys, so I didn't realize, but the camera died during that last time lapse, so I kind of jumped a little bit ahead on you, I didn't even realize. So while doing these little brackets for the wicker bill, I ended up just trying to locate where these struts were going to be mounted, and so I ended up just marking out the 4. So I got 4 long struts, and then I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to reach out to the guy who made it. He didn't really give me like any like kind of detailed instructions, so I don't know where the short ones go. I don't know if they're meant to go on the sides or something like that. So I gotta reach out to him, or I'm gonna just kind of do some research and ask around and see what everybody else is doing for the other 2 short ones, because I kind of got 2 of these with these ends on them, so I gotta figure these out. But the long ones, and they're supposed to be cut down to length. So I don't know if you can kind of see, might be a little dark in here. So I got them mounted up here, and this big little rod end with a bolt. And then I'm gathering that they're gonna go onto the bumper like this, but I'll probably cut them down a little bit. In the instructions, he mentioned about cutting down these carbon rods to the desired length, and then basically gluing on the ends. So my thought would be to cut it down and maybe mount them in the middle of this little section here on the bumper. So I'm gonna hold off on that end of things right now. But I mean, it is looking really good. I'm gonna bring it to my other shop on the other side, and just so you can get like a full view of the actual, like what it looks like. So I'm going to do that in a few minutes, but I just kind of wanted to go over these. The wicker bill, I drilled them all out. I measured like 1.5 inches down from the top to get to this length. And then if it needed to go higher, the mount has a double adjustment on the back. But there's a little, this is on the bottom hole, and there's another hole above it on every single one of these mounts. So there's two positions. I guess if you needed a little more downforce, you could take it off and raise it up one. I got it on the lowest one right now, but it looks pretty good like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is supposed to be in line with that. I really don't know. But it's about 1/2 inch higher. But I would imagine that you need this higher to, you know, to grab the wind and then to push the back of the car down. So, but it's definitely looking really good. And then I guess I'll put these on and I'll just tape them there for now, just so they kind of have a reference of where they may go. And then right now this is just resting on the parachute mount. So once that's extended and then the struts are on, I'll be able to figure out the exact adjustment too. I want to ask the guy who made it, you know, should I, you know, is there any dimensions or, you know, any angles that he recommends to really set it at. I mean, it is adjustable with these rod ends. They turn in and out for adjustment on both ends. So even if I had cut it down a little short and it's got to go up a little bit, there's multiple adjustments for it with the downforce and all that. So I'm gonna put the other ends on. I'll tape them up, and then I'll bring the car next door so we can get a good side view of it and really get a good feel of how it's gonna look. So hang on one sec. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like on the car. And I just got I just taped them up for now. But this should be the somewhat of the height. It's not even rested on here anymore. Somewhat of the where it'll sit. But looks really good. Let's get a real good side angle. So definitely happy with it. Quality is amazing. And I'm gonna reach out to Mike and figure out where those other arms go. So once I figure that out, I will definitely update you on that, and I'll have those installed as well. It's really good under these lights too. You really see the carbon. Looking real good. Alright guys, thanks again for checking back in. And stay tuned. I got Shane's cars on the lift. Start working on that, and I'll have videos pretty regularly with that. And like I said, I'll update you on this once everything's buttoned up on it. Thanks again for checking in. Appreciate it.